course, I would like to just take a moment to talk about Brodie Lee. The news of his passing absolutely rocked the world, especially the wrestling world. Much like the rest of you guys listening, I would imagine my days have been spent just scrolling through Instagram and Twitter and reading so many different people's beautiful messages about him, his stories about him, memories they have with him, whether in the ring, out of the ring, on the road, touring. I mean, I feel like the bottom line is, end of the day, we all just kind of come back to the same thing, that Brodie Lee was one of those really special human beings, a friend to everybody, such a good guy, so warm and welcoming, and loved to play pranks on everybody. And you read the stories about him stirring the pot, taking control of the locker room. He was just one of those faces you were always so happy to see. Such a good guy, such an amazing talent. The big thing that I take away from all of this as well is just what an amazing family man he was, to his wife, Amanda, to his sons, Brodie and Nolan. Just such an outstanding guy. You know, when I think of Brodie, I've just been thinking about it the past few days of like, you know, you have so many moments with people backstage. When we were in WWE together, you spend so much time together with everybody there. I mean, they are just woven into your fabric. They become your family. Whether it's just, you know, passing people in the hallways or sitting down with them in catering or, you know, traveling between towns, whatever it may be, just that family bond that you get amongst the wrestling community is truly unlike anything else. So when I think of Brodie, I think back to, God. So I think back to this time. This is the very first time that I was going to be hanging out with John, my John, in Orlando. So we had been, you know, kind of talking to each other, which we thought was very secretive, and we didn't think anybody knew. I especially didn't think anybody knew. And I was very nervous about it. I was flying to Orlando. I had a taping at NXT and was on my way there and ended up on the flight. Oh, sorry. So on the flight, I get on the plane and I just happen to be sitting between Brodie and Sin Cara. Truly some of the like biggest ribbers in the business. And I didn't even know this at that time because I was so brand new. I really barely knew either of them all that well. But I'm sitting between Brodie and Sin Cara. And I think nobody knows that John and I maybe have a bit of this budding relationship romance, which is stressing me out. Oh my God, this guy that I am like totally head over heels for. I'm going to meet him for the first time. He's coming to meet me in Orlando. We're in neutral territory. Oh my God, what's going to happen? The stress level is at like 10. So I've got Brodie on one side, Sin Cara on the other, and the entire flight. This is back when people still had WWE magazines, by the way. And they had, I think it actually started with Sin Cara, but he had the WWE magazine. And they just kept passing it back and forth to each other, like right in front of my face, inches from my face, to any open page that had the Shield in it or John, Dean Ambrose at the time. They would open any of these pages and just like talking about the Shield, like what they thought of the Shield. And I'm just like, first of all, I'm like the biggest dead giveaway when I'm like nervous and stressed. And I was like probably beet red, trying to laugh it off. Little did they know. Maybe they did know that John was coming to meet me. I don't know, but they were definitely like privy to the situation and did not help my stress level at all. But yeah, it was just one of those hilarious moments of sitting between those two dudes thinking that I was pulling off something really sly and just really excited and nervous about it. And these two were just like rubbing it in my face. Little shits. Of course, John and Brodie go way back. I mean, that was so early in our relationship. I didn't even know the depth of the relationship of those two. Anyways, Brodie, we love you. We're going to miss you so much. I will be thinking about your family forever and constantly checking in to see how they're doing. But so happy to have known you and happy to have called you a friend and happy to have spent time with you, getting to know you.